Peter M. Blau is another sociologist in the development of American sociology. He is well known for his theory of social exchange. He talks about attraction, that people are attracted towards each other on some basis. This attraction is the force that induces human beings to establish a social association which may be permanent or temporary. These social associations are established on their own, and this is based on attraction. Now, this association is expected to be rewarding perhaps to both the parties. So person acts with another person on the assumption that this action will be rewarding, and in return he gets a reaction from the other party, and this is how the interaction starts. So this interaction is assumed to be based on, let's say, some kind of reward. That is, interaction to both the parties is likely to be beneficial, is likely to be utilitarian, likely to be rewarding. Now, this reward is the basis for mutual attraction between the two parties. Now, this is a sort of exchange of action, exchange of interaction. It might be considered as at the micro level, and this kind of interaction is visible in a simple society. So as we move on to complex society, we see that this interaction continues, but it takes different forms. Blau wrote an important book, Exchange and Power in Social Life, and he focused on the structure of the associations that result from people's exchange transactions. So these simple exchange or basic exchange can lead to the development of, let's say, complex structures. So from simple society, as we move to the, let's say, complex society, this interaction also becomes complex, and it might take a number of, let's say, situations and number of structures, and this interaction might be considered as moving from micro level, which was part of the simple society, to macro level, which is more of the, let's say, industrial kind of society. Now, these complex structures are based on imbalanced exchanges. So the exchange between two parties might be rewarding, and then sometimes we see that the same person might be exchanging the interaction with other parties, and people might be having different needs for this interaction. So these interactions, I repeat, are based on the rewards, and the rewards could be intrinsical rewards, it could be extrinsical kind of rewards. It might be just satisfying to the person, it might be fulfilling some of the needs. These needs could be physical needs, these could be non-physical needs. So we see that this exchange of interaction has seeds of some conflict. So in other words, this interaction may be considered as dialectical kind of exchange. Now, when we talk about dialectical, we see that there is a situation, there is a contradiction to that situation, and then some kind of solution comes out of that contradiction. It's usually referred to as thesis and antithesis and synthesis. So thesis might be a particular situation, a problem, for example, which is posed, which is faced, let's say, by an individual or a party, then antithesis is to overcome that undesirable situation. That could be some kind of solution. Now, whether the problem is completely eliminated or partly eliminated, now that results some kind of adjustment, some kind of synthesis between the two situations. So we see that this exchange is based on reasoning, on rationality, and the rationality is that both the parties get the reward. So it might be considered as utilitarian kind of approach. But over time, we also see that these exchange relations can result some kind of imbalance between the two parties who might be undertaking some transactions. Now, these differences may emerge on the basis of the, let's say, need which one party is trying to get satisfied from the other party. And now this kind of situation leads to, let's say, differences. It could lead to the different positions. It could lead to power relations. And when one party has more power than the other one, it might lead to some kind of, let's say, conflict. And when we look at the conflict, then the power structures provide the foundation for a macro level, let's say, structures as well as some conflicting situations.